All right, we're live. It is 4:30, so show is on.
All right, we made it. Step one, check.
All right. I don't
All
know.
right, well, everybody, welcome. You're hanging with Cher.
And Lil, and this is our first live show, SherAndLil Live.
Woohoo!
Hello, everybody. Can we see how many people are online? Actually, on my production side, I can't really see at this point.
I see nothing except for, I don't see anything on YouTube.
Okay.
To tell you the truth, I'm still on this Skype page. I can't see anything. I can't see a chat box. I can't see anything.
Yeah, okay. Well, we're going to just record it.
All right, so we're good?
Yeah, we're good to go. So this is the first time Cher and Lil are live and doing something live on internet at all. So it's been a steep learning curve for both of us, and we are super pumped about doing this. And it's a new way of us engaging with everybody, but it's really taken us a while to get to where we are, and it's not perfect yet. We're still learning. Lots of just now, we have no idea how to even see people on live or things like that, but we are learning, and it's a journey that we're going to be with you on, and hopefully we can all learn together. And so be patient with us a little bit. We'll get there. In terms of, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I can't see any of us moving. We're little dots that are in stationary positions, so I don't know if people can actually see me moving and talking, but I'm just going to continue on. Basically, with this COVID-19 and everybody staying at home, Lil and I realized that it's really, really important to maintain being connected with family and friends, and that includes you, our social media family as well. And normally at this time of year, we would be out at Northern Maverick Brewing Company enjoying our away game viewing parties with our local Rugby League family cheering on our Toronto Wolfpack. But unfortunately, that's not happening, and we really, really miss our Rugby League family. Next weekend was supposed to be our home opener, and we know that that's not going. And so in that vein, we wondered, what can we do to better connect with you? So that's kind of how SherAndLil was born.
Okay.
Today we decided that we were going to go live at 4:30, and we kind of chose 4:30 because we thought everybody would be home, people are working from home, and it kind of meshed with a bunch of different time zones around the world. So hopefully that works, but going forward we will try different times as well, just to see what works best for everyone.
I just saw a message pop up that said they see both of us. So that's good. Somebody is responding and they see both of us.
I'm up in the corner now, but now the rest of the screen's dark, so.
Yeah, yeah. And it did say that you sound a little bit muffled, but and I didn't really see who it was. But thank you so much for letting us know that you can see us.
And thank you for tuning in, whoever else is there. I wish we could see the chat. We were going to ask you to post in the chat and let us know who's there, but
I mean,
can't see the chat.
actually post it anyway because I'm seeing some of it. I can't really see it very well from my control because it's a little bit small font. But do post if you want to talk to us. Feel free to go do so. Actually, right now is a good opportunity. Sherry was talking a little bit about COVID-19 and how we are really, missing everybody. To be honest with you, missing the community, and hence why we want to do this and have more engagement with you guys. But at this point, we also want to know how you guys been doing in this time of a difficult time for everybody and isolation. Hello, Jim Jacks. Yeah. So yeah, we want to know how you've been doing. Let us know. Drop a note in the comment. We'll try our best to kind of read through that and make sure that we're seeing everybody's comment and responding to you guys. But meanwhile, Sherry, would you like to share what you've been doing and what you've been up to during the COVID-19 home isolation? How are you liking it?
Sure. Well, I miss going to the gym, so I've been doing lots of working out gym put a lot of workouts online, and I've been doing that. I've been going for long walks, not on the beach, but long hour walks to get some exercise as well. Reading, I've been doing some baking. Unfortunately, been eating all of that baking as well. Yeah.
It's a bit hazardous.
I mean, the fridge in the kitchen is just there all the time. I've also been watching some shows on Netflix. I highly recommend Ozark and Shameless. They're two completely different types of dramas, but they're great. So, yeah, basically. Oh, and I've been tweeting a lot. So those of you out there in Twitter land, that's been me. I've been doing lots of tweeting. So, but it's fun. It keeps me entertained, and it keeps us in touch, and that always brightens the spirit.
That's right.
How about yourself? What you been up to?
Oh, it's been when it first started, I did miss going out. I miss seeing the people that I normally see, and like you said, gym. That was a big part of my life. I like to go there and see all my friends there. It was tough at the beginning, but I'm getting used to it, to be honest with you. I'm starting to like that. I'm able to do a lot of things and be productive, eating healthy, more home cooked meals, as well as staying fit, by doing exercise. And like you said, a lot of gyms are doing creative things, but also a lot of individual instructors are doing creative things and putting all of their exercise online. Totally appreciative of all those creativity and the efforts that they put into it, because none of us know how to do any of this online. So it's quite interesting of a journey to go through together. And then learning new things. I've been doing a lot of online courses as well, and of course, doing SherAndLil and broadcasting, which we've never done before. It did, like I said, it did take a while for us to get here. None of us are, neither Sherry or I, are super technical, so it's been quite interesting, and we've been very blessed also with some people helping us test. We're not going to let that out the bag yet, because that person will also be our first interview guest in the next show. So it's been quite interesting, a journey, and talking about that and what Sherry was talking about, it's been awesome to have a community to go to in times like this, and really connect with when it's a difficult time for everybody. And then we're coming together and showing our I guess, camaraderie and love for the sport that continues regardless the sport's happening or not. That's really a part of what we love about our community in Rugby League. That it is really like a family. So talking about that, what we want to do is share in this show a little bit of what our favorite comments are from our social media. And really for people who have seen us in our videos and us in action, it'll be kind of a review of the journey that we took and are still on. And we want to kind of tell a bit of a story from both ourselves, what it's been like for us. And also for folks that's never seen us on our videos, and this is the first time, the first show that they've seen us on. Welcome, and this will be an opportunity for you to get to know Sher Lil a bit better and what we do and why we love what we do. All right, so with that, I'm going to share a little bit of what we're going to do is share on a slide deck, but Sherry and I will both speak on what we like about these things that we actually do in the Rugby League community, as well as SherAndLil itself.
I see nothing on my screen, so you'll have to tell me when the
okay.
First slide
comes. So do you see the first? Okay, let me share that with you. La, la, la.
I see me. It's a big version of me.
All right. Do you see the slide now?
I do not.
Okay.
Oh, I see it now.
Give me a sec. I'm gonna scroll up.
There.
You see it? Okay. All right. I was on the wrong page, so we'll start there.
All right, that's cool. So yeah, basically, when we first, came up with this idea to promote the Toronto Wolfpack and get the idea media out there to the public, we weren't really sure what people's responses were going to be. But immediately we had such positive feedback, and it really spurred us on to continue doing what we were doing and what we are doing. So a big thank you to everybody for that positivity that you continuously show us online.
Yeah, I want to also add to that is, it's surprising how much feedback we got almost immediately, and what how people really start taking on this Sher and Lil, two girls that just want to talk about rugby league to everybody. And I think our journey's been quite interesting, loving our original videos where we're really talking to the strangers at random places in the city of Toronto, and to now that like interviews of players as well as interviews of fans, and then now doing live. So it's quite a journey for us.
It has been. It's been a fun journey. It's been a very positive journey. I've loved every minute of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our next slide there. Basically, people that, as Lil said, we went out to coffee houses, we went to malls, we went to sporting events, we went anywhere and everywhere and came up to strangers and asked them, have they heard of the Wolfpack? Do they know Rugby League? And people loved it. People loved learning that there was a new team in Toronto. Mm-hmm. They loved learning about a new sport, because even though there was Rugby League in Canada, not many people knew of the sport. So they welcomed a new team, they welcomed a new sport, and fans of Rugby League already that were out there, as you can see, were very, very supportive of us promoting their game. Yes. To North America, to Canadian fans, to new fans. And again, that positivity, we just fed off of that. And as Lil said already, we started with the Toronto Wolfpack, but then it grew to Rugby League in general. We love the game, we want to promote the game.
Oh, absolutely. And one of my favorite things is just challenging ourselves to go talk to these people, and then wide eyes afterwards, and people go, wow, that sounds amazing, I'm there, right? So that energy that people see in us and then want to be a part of, and really this is representative of what this rugby league community really is. I think there's so many people doing so many things, great things, to promote the sport, to grow the sport globally. We just like to be a part of that. And it's great that people are also recognizing that and supporting us through this journey. I have to say, one of my favorite things that we've done so far is Rugby League Explained. And we had the fortune of spending an afternoon with some of the best players in Canada for Rugby League and the Canadian Wolverines. And they were so awesome, incredibly generous for their time, and they're showing us how to play the game. It was really a fun thing for us to do, to learn the game, but also then to transfer that knowledge to everyone else that's out there. So that's something that we are looking at doing more this season, even though there's nothing going on yet. But we're hoping the games will continue. But at the same time, Sher and I are actually working on projects to bring more Rugby League Explained to more people, to continue to grow the knowledge globally. So look out for those videos as well. It's coming out soon.
Yes, very soon, those videos.
Yep.
Please be on the lookout for those.
It's actually interesting how we're making it now, because obviously we don't have access to any players or any, you can't even get close to the game right now. So the fact that we're all doing this in a way that we don't really know how, but we're all trying and making it work, that's been very heartwarming as well. We've reached out a lot of people, and people have been very helpful.
Yeah, and it just shows, we all have to adapt to the situation, and everybody's done that, and everybody, as you said, has been very helpful, very accommodating.
Yep.
And we can only do what we can do, but I'm excited about our next series that's coming out.
Absolutely. All right, we'll go to the next slide.
All right. So you kind of touched about our next slide here, because it's basically about rugby league in Canada. Mm-hmm. And to be perfectly honest, we didn't know much about rugby league in Canada before the Wolfpack came along. Once the Wolfpack were here, we we got to know many of the players on the Toronto City Saints very well, the Brantford Broncos, some of the women's teams as well. And we were introduced to our Canadian national teams, the men's Canada Wolverines, the women's, the Canada Ravens. And we were welcomed with open arms. As Lil said, we were invited multiple times out to practices with the Canada Wolverines, the men's teams. Coach Ben was telling us, oh, you go ahead and you take whoever you need during my practice. You just grab them. It's fine. And he was willing to be interviewed. The guys came over. They were interviewing with us. They interviewed themselves at one point, which was really fun, with our famous little mini mic. They taught us how to kick. They taught us how to pass. They taught us how to tackle. That was fun. In that video, you have to go and watch that. We should repost that.
Yes.
Maybe we'll repost that on our Twitter account. But again, so welcoming, everyone. And then you've got now all these youth rugby league organizations coming about, like the Haldeman Wolfpack that we have there on the screen. A lot of our friends that come out to the games with us at Lamport, their children are now involved. I think there's a team in Markham where a few are involved. So it's really great to see it take off. It was always there, but I think we're seeing more and more interest in rugby league in Canada, at least locally here in Toronto, and it's fabulous to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We obviously been supporting a lot of these local events as well as things are coming up. Like to give these people more visibility because, like you said, before Wolfpack, we really didn't know anything about any of these activities happening. So we want to give them more voice. We want to share that information so that more people get involved in the great sport of rugby league. Recently, we've also had the pleasure to interview a couple of Ravens, Canada Ravens, Brittany and Haley, and they gave their thoughts as well on what has been happening in Canadian, rugby league grassroots level, right? So it's been quite interesting journey for us to not only get to know the sport, but also get to know a whole big community that we didn't even know existed in our own backyard. So love supporting them and want to continue doing that as well.
And shout out to the Canada Ravens who are going to the Rugby League World Cup 2021.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hope to the next. Still getting used to the whole panel here, the control. All right.
I love.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yep.
They bring back such great memories. We have gotten to know so many different teams, so many different players, so many different fans over the course of the last 3 seasons, and I just want to thank all of them, all of the players, the teams, the fans, for being so accommodating whenever we've asked for an interview. Sometimes we've done it ahead of time and planned it, but sometimes it's just been spur of the moment.
Yeah.
No one's ever said no. I mean, when we go out and we do our stranger videos, we get no all the time.
Yeah, sometimes 30 times straight. But yeah.
And it just flies right off our backs. We don't take it personally anymore. But yeah, we've never had a no. Everybody's always so willing to be interviewed, and we appreciate that. And again, players and teams and fans online on social media are so supportive in their interactions with us, and their following of us, and they're supporting us. And thank you to those people as well. I love the little quote there from the Toulouse Olympique, because that brings back a lot of fun memories. We got to know that team quite well because they were in Toronto quite a few times over the 2 seasons that we spent in championship. And again, super accommodating. I loved being able to practice my French with them. That was fun. Lil would talk to the English ones. I'd talk to the French ones. It was fun. But that little quote there, we're still waiting for you, Sher and Lil. We have a little thing back and forth with them. They keep telling us, we've got your jerseys ready, girls, when you come over to France. So fingers crossed.
We can't wait if we ever make it. We will. One of the things I really like, that's one of the pictures on here, is the American Nines. That was a phenomenal event in Toronto, and Toronto did a great job hosting that event last year. And we were so privileged to be kind of out and about with the team. And same thing, we went to all these players, and everybody was so welcoming. Everybody wanted to talk with us. See how two girls here in Canada got involved with rugby league, and really talk to us about their sport. And again, a couple of players actually did their own interview in this particular ones, which they were very talented and they had a lot of fun. We loved all of this. And so, we met the U.S. team, the Jamaican team, Latin American teams, and then the Canadian team, of course, right? And that was quite an amazing an afternoon, an event. Again, it really goes to show there's so much in our community that is going on that people don't know about. And we want to bring more of that out, and we want to have the rest of the world join us on this adventure to discover rugby league and to better understand rugby league as we learn. Sher and Lil are learning just as much as everyone else who's new to the sport. We are not experts, but that's what makes it fun. We want to go through that journey with you. We want to share with you what we're learning and what we're finding, so that you can also get exposed to all the wonderful things that are happening in the rugby league. One of the other thing I really want to talk about, unfortunately we didn't take a picture on that day, which was the Ontario Rugby League Championship last year, the grand final between the Toronto Saints and the Bradford Broncos. And we had such a blast watching our local talents come head to head. And they were exciting to watch and cheerful as well. And, and I think what has to be recognized is a lot of these players, and that's true for RFL as well, in the first two leagues, Championship and League One, that a lot of these people are not professional. I would say they're professional, but not full-time players. All right, they're part-time players. They work full-time, and they spend all of their time and spare time invested in the sport. They're very dedicated. They're very passionate. So we, Sher and Lil, would encourage you to go out to these teams, whether it's the local level, the grassroots level, or even at the RFL level, as much as you possibly can, because these people are amazing athletes and dedicated as well. So kudos to them for doing what they do.
And that's wherever you are, wherever you're supporting rugby league,
Yep.
Get out there and support those teams. I mean, at all levels.
Yep, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. The American Nines tournament was such a great day.
Wasn't it? It was so much fun.
It really was, and we met so many nice people that we still keep in touch with from Team Jamaica, Latin Americans, the Americans who won the tournament. It was a great day, and I hope that comes back to Lamport again, so that more people can experience it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's true, and I have to shout out to the women's team too, with the Ontario team and also the Canada Ravens. It was a good, and they were playing internationally, so there were Jamaican team out with the women's team as well, and it was great. It was great to see that not only the men's team's growing, but also the women's team as well. And some of the women's team, I remember speaking to some of the Jamaican athletes, and they're like, "This is the first time I'm playing rugby league." And it's amazing that they are putting themselves out there, and some of them invited us to play with them. Not on that day, of course, but it's just so I mean, that's kind of where we went to let's learn the sport first before we play it.
We had our lessons yet from the Wolverines at that point, so
That's right.
I'm sure that's why we said, well, we're not quite ready.
Yeah. We'll get there. All right, on to the next slide. Again, me fumbling here.
No, you're doing a great job. You're doing all the work.
Oh my God.
I'm just sitting here.
Oh, it's awesome. So, maybe,
one's-
you can talk a little bit about this. Sher, I think this is like a full circle, because I think our journey started, and we've talked many times about this, our journey started in Australia and New Zealand. Really.
Literally, I wish.
Virtually.
Yeah, this one's this one's pretty special. I mean, it really has been great getting to know fans, players, and teams all across the world. And I mean, we started off with the Wolfpack, in
Uh-huh.
Toronto. We learned about the RFL, and that expanded to teams in the UK and in France. And then we learned more about our domestic teams. And then there's this whole other rugby league world, this huge, I mean, the
Yep.
biggest competition, rugby league competition in the world, the NRL, in New Zealand and Australia. And these slides are really great to me because it just shows that we've kind of reached that, people in that other hemisphere and the other areas. And this one here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little message right from the Parramatta Eels of the NRL saying, we welcome you, can't wait for you to come out to a game, and fans welcoming us to the Blue and Gold Army. I mean, again, it just shows that community
Yep.
spirit, that's special. It's very special in rugby league, and I don't think you see it everywhere.
I totally
And just
agree.
because you don't cheer for the same team, it doesn't matter. I mean, we have such bitter rivalries here in Canada with hockey and in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
Fans they don't mingle with other fans from other teams, but it's not the case with rugby league, and it's just it's heartwarming. I'm so proud to be a part of that community now, and like I said, this was pretty special because it's Australia, it's the NRL, and again, two girls from Canada who 3 years ago didn't know rugby league, and now we're being welcomed into the fold here. So it's a pretty special feeling.
Absolutely. And I would love, like you said, wish we can go visit all these places where rugby league is actually huge so that we can get a full feel of what that culture really is. But I really think, I mean, the online community itself has really shown us the essence of what this community is, right? And really, this is what SherAndLil is doing all this for because we actually love this community. We love the sport, its intensity and all that, but the community itself is a big attraction. It's the best that we've experienced in terms of sports community. It's and everybody is just so nice to each other. So it's quite a surprise for the two of us, and we continue to do what we do because of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it right this time. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess here we really really want to thank all of you that are listening, that are watching, that tweet with us, that engage with us on social media, that are Wolfpack supporters that meet up at Lamport, and
Mm-hmm.
just the rugby league community. We want to thank you all for your support and your encouragement. It really does motivate us, your words, your thoughts, your expressions, to continue doing what we're doing and to come up with new and fresh and fun ideas, again, to bring to you to promote the sport, to promote, just to promote the sport.
Yeah, I would like to add same thing. So much positivity here. I mean, we've mentioned it before in other podcasts. We had some negative things that come out of this comments, but it's far, from a lot. Like it's just a few here and there, and sometimes it's surprising where it comes from. But a majority of it is very positive, and we so appreciate this engagement. And I know from a daily basis, reading these helps us to fuel our passion, to continue what we do, and really, it's again speaks to that whole family atmosphere, especially in this trying time for everybody. I think this has been very helpful that we have a place to ground, really a place to call home sometimes, home virtually, right? And it really is a great engagement that we're seeing, and we can't wait to continue doing so, especially online with the live. Hopefully, more people join us and chat with us, and going through. We're looking at what we want to do in the future, and potentially we might have more fans on the show as well, not only in the chat box, also, but as guests. So hopefully we'll have more engagement that way. Okay.
And we also really appreciate your feedback. And if there's something, we have our ideas and we have things in the works. But if there's ever anything that you'd like to see us do, a player you'd like to see us interview, let us know. I mean, we're open to lots of ideas, and we love to try some new things out. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do some interviewing with players this season if all goes well. I know there's July top now, so we'll see. But again, we do appreciate your feedback as well as your encouragement, so please keep that coming as well.
Yeah, I was just gonna say though, I think not only I think the feedback, basically what ideas that they want to see, or what things that they want to learn from rugby league, that kind of stuff, and maybe Sher and I could be of help to bring the right people on here to talk about that, and also talking about the wonderful array of comments that are our favorites. But we just want to also make sure that you understand this is a sampling of these. There were so many and too many to really bring out. And we appreciate every single one of them, really. And so it's just, if we left you out, please don't feel bad. It's not, we really love all of you guys. Honestly, if we can, we would shout out to everybody and list out everyone here. Again, family, we love being within this community, and really providing that energy of positivity and of course and just the newness, right, and freshness, and like what we're doing here, doing the live, and I think what Sherry was saying about hopefully we'll interview people, and I think she was meaning live, as in person, because I was gonna say we're gonna be interviewing plenty of people on here now that we have this platform opened up. It was a little bit challenged because not only we are hosting our guests that are online, but Sherry and I live quite far apart. And with home isolation, there's no way we can get together. So this is going to be interesting, a journey as well. And so we're looking forward to really talking to a lot of people on here, whether it's players or fans, and maybe, who knows, we might have a SherAndLil party on here too at one point. That's right.
Yes, you're right. I did mean interviews in person. I would love to do some interviews in person. So yes, we have lots in store. And to your point that you said there, Lil, absolutely, we appreciate each and every single one of you. And we realize that, all of our friends online are not necessarily rugby league supporters. They're basketball fans. They're hockey fans. They're big other fans. They're all sorts of fans. And we appreciate that. We enjoy engaging with all of you about all of that. So thank you very much. And we do appreciate that. And we'll continue to enjoy engaging with all of you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we flipped our slide. Okay. So when I look at that picture, it makes me, warms my heart, because we've made so many great friends through Rugby League. Met so many new people. When we go to Lamport, it's like we're going home. It's one big family, such a big, positive, welcoming community. And then of course we have our social media family as well. I mean, you out there who are watching, and people that we engage with all the time on social media, we're just one big family. And as Lil said earlier as well, especially in times like this where we can't go out and do what we would do on a daily basis, we're isolated at home. Some people are home on their own. Others are with some people. I mean, we need to continue to reach out to each other to make sure that we're looking after each other. and to let people know that if we're here because we are one big family, and that's what a family does, and they take care of each other. So to those wonderful, wonderful friendships that we made in person and online, we appreciate them all.
Absolutely. It really goes back to that whole community, and it's like our family. We do adore our rugby league family. And that goes to not just the fans that get together off the games. We actually go and meet up for Christmas and not just for the game purposes. We've really developed a strong bond and friendship over this, but also really, I want to also mention that among players and players to their fans, it's quite special. Like I think on the field, all the players are really competitors and true competitors, as you can see, they fearlessly go after each other. But off the field, they're best of friends, and they share a beer after the game, and then they chat and they talk about the times that they've been on the same team or done things together. And it's really heartwarming to see. But also the players go around the stadium. We love that part of it. It's just after the game, these players, after playing for 80 minutes on the field, putting all their best out on the field, and then come around and take pictures with us as fans and talk to us, especially the young ones. They're really great with all the young rugby league fans and helping, I guess, to grow that sport, to really engage these young players or young kids who are interested in maybe one day they will become a player. So it's really great in the atmosphere, and it's great that they invest the time in that as well, the athletes.
It really is unheard of in North American sport, which I think is a big part of why people are drawn to the sport, because they're not only drawn to the sport itself. It's great, it's fast paced, it's hard hitting, but it also, they're drawn to the players willing to go out into the community and speak with their fans and engage with their fans. It really, again, it speaks volumes to the community of rugby league and the players themselves, because they don't need to do that. As you said, they've just spent 80 minutes on the field of a grueling play, and yet they come out into the beer garden after and hang out with you in the perimeter of the field. It really is unheard of, and it's really special, and I want all the players to know that it really means a lot to the fans.
Yes.
And to all the fans that have experienced it, they would say the same thing.
Absolutely, I agree. Well, on to
Okay,
the yeah.
So we've had some pretty cool experiences, I think, with our journey of SherAndLil. We've already talked about a few, being able to go out to the Wolverines and hang out in their practice and them teaching us some things. But these are a little bit different, a little bit of a different vein. Here we were invited to be on some different podcasts, and that was a lot of fun, and it was different for us, and it was great being able to kind of share our story. Some of them were at the very beginning, some have been recent, but I know we said that we're not going to, we have so many friends and family out there to shout out, but I am going to thank those podcasts. Nate at Rugby League in America, you were our first podcast.
Yes, it was. We were so nervous. I actually remember preparing for that one and going, "Oh my God, we're gonna go like speak to people live, and it's gonna be recorded." And yeah. Yeah, I know. We still say no. I think our very last one. Yes, I agree.
We're up for video next time. Mark at Super League Pod in the UK, thank you for having us on. That was a lot of fun too. We were also on with Jim Jacks and Florence on the forum. We loved coming on your program as well, and you're always so supportive of us. We were on Wigan Warriors Fan TV with Sean, and that was also fun just before, I think, that game. And then also with Rugby League coach with Lee talking about Rugby League here in Canada. So who would have thought that we would ever be on a podcast talking about Rugby League? But enjoyed every single minute of it. We love talking about the Wolfpack. We love talking about the sport, and we love talking to all of you about the sport. So if we can continue to do so, bring it on.
Absolutely. And it has been like a lot of learning from all this as well. Being on podcasts, I have to say, like, then it really inspired me to want my own podcast. so, so of course, some of you may also know that I have Our Inner Sparks, which then SherAndLil was a part of that too. And I wanted to, the theme on that is really around women really empowering other women to do things that are different and they're passionate about, and that's what SherAndLil really is about. Two girls passionate about the sport of rugby league and just going out doing it and fearlessly doing it and not worrying about what things come our way, not worrying about new things that we don't know, because we can go get it and we can make it happen. We can learn new things, and right. So it's just inspiring others to do the same as well. So not only from a rugby league journey perspective, but also really being out there and showing people that you can really go do something that you didn't think you can even ever. First of all, you didn't think you would do. Second, you would never even imagine that you have the capability of doing, but you just do because you're so passionate about it and you figure it out along the way. So
first of all, Lil's Our Inner Sparks podcast is amazing. If you haven't checked it out, please go do that. I really thank you for inviting me on to be a guest.
Oh, yeah.
You and I sharing our journey, because I hope that it does inspire somebody out there to go and, like you said, follow your dreams and do what you want to do. And I mean, we're not perfect. We're not doing things perfectly, and we've had to overcome things in our own personalities and learn new things to be able to do what we do. But it just goes to show you that you can do it. So
that's right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that episode. Episode of I was in it.
Well, you enjoyed participating in it.
It was fun talking about the hardships and other things, because we're always so positive, we don't talk about those things, but it was interesting to delve into that.
Yeah, obviously I enjoyed all the other podcasts as well, and it was just so much fun. And I
like them all.
Yeah, and I honestly love just talking to other people about the sport, about the community, about what's happening. But this, exactly why we're SherAndLil and why we do what we do, right? So I'll go to the next page now. That's a fun one.
I have to say, the magazine. So I have to tell you, that was a pretty exciting moment for me to be published in a magazine. So here, Lil and I.
Us both.
Right. To be published in this Rugby League magazine, Rugby League World, and shout out to Ash Hope for that one and getting that rolling. Like I said, I've always wanted to be published. I have this secret desire to be a writer. Now I'm not writing that, although here I am in a magazine, so that was pretty special for me. And of course, if you can see those other things there, where our fan art, we have people giving us fan art and sending us fan art.
It's so cool.
It's very, very special that people think about us that way, that they would do something on their own time and create something on their own time for us.
Yep.
It's very special. And that little graphic of SherAndLil, it is the cutest thing. We're these little stick people, but we have the right color hair. And we're
sunglasses.
Our own sunglasses. Someone took the sunglasses from a photo and put them on. I think it's hilarious. The cutest thing.
Yes.
And down below, that poster, it's the fact that people would take time out. First of all, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be watching and hanging with us right now.
Right.
Here, but again, people using their creative skills to make something for us is just, thank you. It's overwhelming. It's heartening. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And it's really, and these are young people, like young kids that are doing these, and it's to think that maybe we've sparked an interest in their life, and that they now want to do rugby league, right? Whether it's as a sport or as a fan, And I think that's also really cool as well, that we've really impacted people at that age and really pick up maybe a sport that they didn't know about before. So it's really, really heartwarming. Again, I have to say the magazine is super cool. And then the I mean,
I think I need to bring my copy of it. I love it.
to recall that I think that was like only the third month that we started doing this, so it was absolutely a motivator for us. Like it really helped motivate us to move forward because we were struggling a bit because at the beginning it was not a lot of people know us, not a lot going on, not a lot of responses. And so it's like, okay, well, do we continue this? So it was good good to know that it's being recognized and people are watching, people do care. And then even just the recent one being nominated for the Love League, right? And it's just, we appreciate all of this, right? And we don't do it for the recognition, but we do appreciate when it comes our way. It really shows that the engagement is there. It really shows that people do care what we do, about what we do.
Now, I'm not sure I'm going to remember it word for word, but in that first nomination for the Love League nomination for Sports BS, they wrote us a poem.
Oh, right.
And it went something like this: Sher and Lil, our hearts do fill.
Oh.
It was like super, super sweet. And so anyway, it was our first poem ever written about us. So lots of first magazine cover, or not cover.
next year.
First magazine spread, our fan art, and our first poem.
Yes.
And I think we have another first coming up.
Yes. Next slide.
There it is, folks. Can you read it?
I'm making it big.
Our first marriage proposal.
Oh.
And it says, I'd be getting down on one knee and asking you both to marry me.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. We never had a proposal like this before. So it is. It's a fun one to leave you with, but I like the one to the left as well. We've become a bit of a staple at the stadium. We pick the same spot to go to. We love that sometimes when, and this happened last year quite a bit, when folks come from UK and they're visiting for that game, and people are actually coming by to say hello to us, and we loved that. We loved the engagement, not only online, but then putting a face, to the name and to the tweets, and that's just also really a lot of fun. We loved every moment of meeting everybody, like in Lamport Stadium, whether it's visiting team or our own team, own fans, and it's really helping us to again realize that we're making an impact. We are, giving our voice and also then changing or helping to grow the sport of rugby league. We're really a bucket in or a drop in the bucket, but at the same time, it's like, wow, we are making a change and making an influence, and people are coming over and saying hi. Just they come over to see their own team, and they made a point to come by and say hello, and that's very heartwarming.
I'm laughing too because I don't know if you remember, but we've had a few players on the opposite team and come up to us and say, "Oh my God, it's Sher."
Yes. Yes, we had a couple of people, usually because it's us going to the players and can we have a picture? But yeah, towards the late last season, we did have a few come up and ask, and then that was kind of fun. Yeah, and I have to say, like, every player's been super generous with their time because we do go around and take a lot of pictures and interview people and take time out of their day, especially after games because it's so tiring that, that the game's so intense. They must be really tired, and we appreciate all the time that they spend with us as well. So, okay, I think that's all the slides we have. They've been fun. I mean, it's been fun kind of walking down the memory lane a little bit. Yeah.
I wish you could have seen the chat room to see what if we had to address anything there. So we'll have to figure that
We
out.
have to figure that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because we did see a few pop up. So I don't know if it's because we didn't have as many people commenting.
Maybe.
Yeah, so that's okay too, and we'll get there as well with our viewership as well. So yeah, maybe we can talk about the next show. Not in detail, but yeah, when it is.
Give everything away,
No.
but we are going to be having a player interview.
Woohoo.
Are you going to tell them what team the player is from?
I don't know. It's a very special guest. Let's just say deserving to be the first guest. Deserving to be the first guest.
Very deserving. Maybe we'll give hints along the way and see if people can guess.
Uh-huh. Jim Jack said most embarrassing moments. Oh, he wants us to talk about most embarrassing moments. We have many. Oh, okay, I'll share. Maybe not so publicly. Most of you don't know. I mean, as much as I talk all the time, but when I record You're Hanging with SherAndLil, I often am the one that's making lots of mistakes. And Sherry will tell you, like, I mean, some days we're out in the cold, -30 degrees or something, and we're in front of a sign because we want that sign to be a part of our intro. And Lil just cannot get that line right. And our nose are freezing, and, you know, the hand that's holding the phone is breaking because it's so cold. But yeah, I struggle sometimes with scripted words and I have a hard time sometimes just say the right things. So yeah, embarrassing moments. Sometimes on the street, I just feel like an idiot because it's like we're standing there forever and Lil just couldn't get it.
I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know. One thing, I don't know if it's really embarrassing, but I kind of was at a loss for words at one point. In our one video, we were at a couple malls. And we were doing our thing, and we were going around, and we were asking people, you know, what might motivate you to come to a rugby league game. And it just so happened that everybody that we were interviewing that day were women. And both you and I, Will, were not prepared for the responses that we got
Yes.
for hot guys. And we were like, where do we go from here?
Yes.
That's kind of like, we just, it hit us by surprise, and we didn't know where to go. So we just continued on, and then we thought, well, you know what? Let's just go with that as our theme because more than one woman said that.
Right?
So,
And that's so funny you said that.
right? It was funny, and
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's the reason why some people come to a rugby game.
So I was, I remember getting that answer, and my jaw dropped to the ground. And Sherry had to look at me, and we were in the middle of filming, and she says, she looks at me like, "Put your jaw back. It's okay." Like I had that look in her face, and go, "Okay, I'm gonna continue." I do remember that. It was funny.
It's so funny, but yeah, we just went with it. I mean, you learn to roll with the punches when you're doing this because it's all live. Well, I mean, we can edit it, but it's just,
But some of that is authentic. Like you can't really edit it out. Yeah, so it was just the reaction immediately after they said that. I'm like, it was awesome. Yeah, that is true. It was. I wouldn't.
ended up being one of my favorite videos.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah. So yeah, lots of moments like that, and we can recall. It's. You know, most nerve-wracking moment for me was really going to the first interview. It's just
Yeah,
whoa.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That was a crazy day. 45 minutes, I think, it took
Yeah.
us to approach somebody.
Yeah. So, but it was fun.
But it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The approach.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't know if everybody knows and has seen this in a video or in a
Podcast.
Our podcast, but so 45 minutes later at a Toronto Maple Leafs game, after you asked that guy, what about that guy? That family looks nice. 45 minutes after, we approach this one guy who ends up being an NBA agent. So our first interviewee ever was Gary Durant, NBA agent, and this actually is an embarrassing thing, Jim Jack. He asked us, "Oh, Instagram account so I can put it on mine. Look at each other.
We don't have one.
Don't have one. And
Well,
so we're like, oh, we kind of blew that. We're kind of bummed about that because I mean he's an NBA agent. Imagine all the people that would have seen that.
but Sher made sure we had one by the end of the game.
Done by like probably the first period. So forget the game. There's
Yeah. Yeah, that just to show how much we've grown, right? Like we went from not having not knowing what to do, not knowing what to ask, not knowing how to go ask, and how to even promote ourselves through social media. We were just doing it, and we didn't even have a mic that day. It was, and our video was like that was hard to edit too because there's so much noise and there's so much going on. And yeah, but we made it through. We made it happen, made it work, and so it's all part of the journey. We enjoyed every moment. But yes, that was embarrassing too because we didn't. We're like, oh yeah, you could actually help us and promote this.
And I just want to say, along with the journey, it's been fun, but it's also been so incredible working with Lil. We're such great friends, but we've become even closer since doing this, and it's win-win. I get to spend time with my friend, and I get to do something else that I love. So.
Absolutely. Oh, same here. You just amazing. Always bringing fresh ideas, creative, and doing a lot of work on that social media front. Like I'm not as good as you are for a lot of these things, and you spend endless hours on it. And I think it's another thing too, like really knowing what we are each good at and leading it. And it's just how it happened. It just naturally happened. We just took on what we're really good at, and we took off and led it, right? And nobody has to tell nobody has to tell us or each other to the other one and say, hey, can you do this? It's really, we'll just do it. We'll just go make it happen. And it's always been really smooth that way from a working perspective. Never had problems, and it's amazing. That's a special relationship right there when you don't have to, struggle through anything. And it's just a natural, working relationship. So, yeah, it's beyond friendship for sure.
On your technical side, you amaze me with what you know, and you amaze me at how you don't know something, but then in a half an hour you do. Like you research and it's by trial and error, and you persevere and you figure it out. And thank you for putting up with me and all my questions. How do I do this? How do I get this up on my screen? Because I'm the opposite. So like you said, we kind of work to each other's strengths. So
absolutely.
Thank you for all of the editing that you do, for figuring out how to go live here on YouTube today. It's I think we're a great team, and I don't know if we had that quote up there, but we did have somebody say the other day online. It was great. We talked about how we persevered through being nervous about asking people, like, approaching people, and he said, "I'm so glad that you persevered because you girls make a great team." And we appreciate the comment, and I agree. I think we make a great team.
Yeah, I agree totally. All right, so until next time. And did we talk about the timing? Yeah, I know. Have we talked about the time? And I guess place is still going to be YouTube, but
yeah, and I think we're still doing 4:30 for the next one. Are we not?
Yeah, 4:30 in 2 weeks. So make sure you come back and hang out with us in 2 weeks. And until then, stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay positive.
And keep engaging with us on social media. We love chatting with you, and just keep everybody perked up during these times when we have to stay indoors and be less social. So let's be social online in a different way.
Absolutely. Keep in touch. Goodbye, guys.